Hey guys, so continuing on with the answering of your questions for review. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit in this section about how do we tell the difference between these types of rocks, and focusing specifically on metamorphic and sedimentary. All right, so if you take a look at the screen right now, we are looking at examples of different types of metamorphic rock. So now, one of the things with metamorphic rock, there's two very distinct things that you're going to see with metamorphic rock, or you can see. You can see bands, like this one right here, it looks striped. This one right here, it definitely looks striped, but it's also all contorted. It's all twisted, okay? Um, so, like this one, it's pretty straight. Now, what can happen is we can have this was granite, okay, and it gets smushed and melted, not melted, it gets smushed and turned into this really pretty black and white striped one. So that's one thing that we can have with metamorphic rock. Or we can have metamorphic rock that um, takes the larger crystals from like granite, for example, and they are just made a little, like, they're fine. They're very fine crystals, like tiny crystals, not fine like good looking, okay? Um, it can have a shimmery appearance to it, okay? So we've got shale, which is a sedimentary rock. And shale gets pressurized and heated up, and it's going to turn into slate. So this is kind of showing the progression of things as they go. We've got different colors in here. Oh, those are the minerals that you're going to find in them. Here's another one. This is a type of, so a metamorphic rock, you have two classifications, and we didn't get into this. Normally we would, but we wouldn't. They're called foliated and non-foliated. So this one right up here, it looks kind of polka dotted. This one is a non-foliated rock. In other words, it's not striped. Okay. Whereas this one right here is foliated. It's got some stripes to it. This one right here, this one is foliated because it's got like some layering effects to it. This one down here, you can see some lines to it. So there's the metamorphic rock. Let's see here. Trying to look at the questions. Can magma make a metamorphic rock? The answer to that question is no. Magma can only be turned into an igneous rock. Metamorphic rock, the root word of metamorphic is metamorphism or metamorphosis. So it is something that has been changed into metamorphic rock. So you're going to have a sedimentary rock, like one of these, okay, or an igneous rock get turned into a metamorphic rock, okay? So, all right, so let's take a look at this. So this is a sedimentary rock. Now we talked in the rock cycle 1 about how sedimentary rocks are rocks that are made up of sediment, which is smaller pieces of other rock, okay? It could be, this one is sandstone, okay? So it's little pieces of sand that get layered and layered and layered and layered, okay? And eventually they're compacted and they're cemented together to make sandstone, okay? Sandstone is not a very strong rock. In fact, some types of sandstone, you can actually like pick the sand off with your hands, okay? Other types of sedimentary rock, you've got limestone, which you're going to, this one right here, that's a piece of limestone. You find that around here all the time. If you go down to the lake, you'll find it. Here's some other types of sandstone. Sedimentary rocks will tend to look like this. Okay, so you have, this is what we call an outcrop. So you can see the layers here of different types of things. All right, so sedimentary rock questions. How is sedimentary rock formed? We covered that with the rock cycle 1. What stuff makes sediment from a sedimentary rock? So it's going to be smaller pieces of rock. There was a question somewhere in here, I can't find it right now, but it's asking if dirt is dirt a rock? Or, oh, does soil count as a rock? And the answer is no. Soil is different. Rock is rock. Rock is made up of minerals that are cemented together, essentially. Okay. Soil is pieces of sediment, which are rocks, mixed in with what they'll call organic matter. So it's going to be those living things. It's going to be those bacteria that live in the dirt that we actually need to have healthy immune systems. It's going to be the rotting leaves from the forest floor that are like, you can't see them anymore, they're so tiny, but that sort of stuff. Okay, so that is soil. Soil has living stuff in it. That's what makes it soil. Okay, if you had soil that did not have bacteria in it, or like if your parents have gardens, or even like a garden box, if they have earthworms in their garden, that's a good thing. You want earthworms in your soil because they create, what they call aerate. They create tunnels which let air through. Okay, so it's really good for your garden. That's part of the soil. Okay, now this looking at here at this picture, there's not much growing out of that. Okay, now this can break down over time. I'm talking like millions of years. Can get broken down, weathered, and eroded into parts that can become soil. Okay. Can a sedimentary rock be only two kinds of rock pushed together, or does it have to be lots of rock? It can be lots of different ones. This one right here, this one you can see there's fossils in here, and there's larger types of rock. There's that one. There's one. It's called, here it is. It's called conglomerate, and a conglomerate rock has all sorts of other types of rock with it. They're really pretty, or can be. Sometimes they're just different shades. This one's been cut and polished. Okay, but you can see all the other types of rock that go together, and the fossils that are in there too, to create sedimentary rock. You got your fossils in here. Or these ones, the ones that look like pebbles that are all stuck together. So hopefully that helps with the sedimentary and the metamorphic rock.